Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. It is literally the next day after Misfits axed DAZN free. And hey, what an event. What an event. As you can tell, yes, I'm sick again. Surprise, surprise. But hey, what an event. What an event. Do y'all know the craziest part about this shit? When Misfits X the Free was announced, and I saw the fights, I literally said to myself, I'm not overly interested in this. I didn't do a prediction video. Keep in mind, I was very busy, so I didn't get around to it. But I was like, you know what? It's fine. I'm probably gonna watch just a couple of fights. There wasn't really that many fights I was interested in. I was interested in the Rockman Jr. fight, and then I was interested in the Dean the Great and Wallet Sharks fight. That is it. Then as it got closer, I was like, okay, starting to build up a wee bit. Then Temper got announced. I was like, right. Obviously, then I realized Kenny was fighting, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit and watch this shit. And I sat last night and I watched it, and fuck me, am I happy I watched it? Am I happy I watched it? It was insane. First fight up. Sorry the camera cut off there, but the first fight up was literally Minicon versus Nick Joseph. Nick Joseph literally came out very fast, swinging for the fucking fences, trying to go for it. And he had a little bit of success. But, you know, cardio takes you miles in boxing because, you know, you can give it your all in round one, but if you don't have the cardio to start round two, well, then you're going to start the fade. And that is exactly what happened. He started the fade. Minicon then needed to start to pick up the pace, and he did. Started out boxing him. Nick Joseph literally just started the fade, didn't have much cardio. He started to hold. The ref warned him once. And then he just said to him, look, I'm warning you. I think he took a point off him for literally holding because he did it that much. And then it continued on. You could literally tell Nick Joseph had nothing left in the tank. Like, literally, he was done. He was ready to just hit the floor. He could barely hold himself up, never mind take punches and stay up. And then he held Minicon and pushed him to the floor, basically, and the ref goes, you know what, I've had enough, that's disqualification. So Minicon won by disqualification because of that. Never seen a disqualification due to holding. At the time, I was like, that's quite stupid, but at the same time, I was like, you know what, Nick Joseph, he literally can barely keep himself up. For the safety of him, it's better to stop the fight, whether it's DQ, whatever the fuck it is, it's better to stop the fight because he can barely keep himself up. He's going to get severely hurt here. And obviously, we all like to see a flashy knockout. We all like to see people get flatlined. But obviously, you want the fighters to be healthy afterwards. You don't want no serious injuries or serious problems that are going to affect them negatively in life. So, you know, the ref stopping it, I was like, disqualification by holding, I don't know about that, but it was for the fighter's health, so it's all good. Next up, we have Brandon Buckingham versus Ice Poseidon. Literally, this came out. Ice Poseidon was being his weird self. They came out. Ice Poseidon actually had some success early on. Brandon Ingram, you could tell, was a more technical fighter. Ice Poseidon was literally just swinging, throwing punches, but he was landing a lot of them. Buckingham literally just kept coming forward. He was getting hit with a lot of those punches. Then, as he continued to come forward, he just caught Ice Poseidon with a couple. Obviously rocked him, continued to come forward, chase him down, busted Ice Poseidon's nose. And then he literally, like, fair play to Ice Poseidon, though. Buckingham hit him with I think a nice, like, 1-2 or something. And then he was rocked. And then he hit him again. And then he turned and he fell backwards into the ropes. Got hit a few more times, turned around, fell backwards in the ropes, got hit a few more times, just kept doing this. And then it finally got to the point where the referee was like, right, I'm stopping this shit. The referee saw Ice Poseidon literally fucking moonwalk backwards around the whole goddamn ring 4 times, hitting every single rope, every single turnbuckle. And then the ref was like, do you know what? This is enough. I've had enough. TKO, mate. TKO. It's done. Buckingham with the win. And that was actually an entertaining fight, I can't lie. There wasn't much technical ability. But it's YouTube boxing. You don't need technical ability to have an interesting fight in YouTube boxing. And that was actually definitely an entertaining fight. Next up, literally Temper versus Overflow. This is literally one that I did not expect to end this early. I did have Temper in my head winning. I thought Temper would stop him in like round maybe 2 or 3. No, Temper came out and knocked him within 30 seconds. Temper got a very, very, very nice 1-2, literally right down the pipe, caught him. Overflow hit the dirt, literally couldn't get up, and Temper won. And you know what? Fair play to Temper. You know, you can only praise Temper for his performance because you're like, look, he got in there, he fought the person that got put in front of him, and that's it. A lot of people are obviously saying, oh, Overflow wasn't that much of a competition. And here's my view on it. You can't knock Temper's performance because his job is to beat whoever's in front of him, whether it's someone who's really good, someone who's really bad, or someone who's average. His job is to beat whoever's in front of him. That's all he can do. And he did that, and he did it in good fashion. So fair play. But a lot of people are obviously saying, oh, this means he can get the rematch with Slim. No, hold on a sec. Slim is on a different fucking level. I like Temper. I respect Temper. But he knocked out Overflow, who did not do anything. And I like Overflow. But he didn't do anything in that fight. So Temper beating him, now Temper's going to have to go fight. I still want to see Austin McBroom versus FaZe Temper. I still think that is a good fight if they can somehow make that happen. I still think that's a good fight. And then if he can beat Austin McBroom in a nice fashion, then maybe one more person, then Slim, or maybe that's Slim next. I don't know. But good performance. You did what you needed to do. You finished the guy in front of you. But he didn't put up much of a fight. It does not get you the Slim rematch, in my personal opinion. If FaZe Temper wants to fucking fight, I don't know, what do you call him? If he wants to fight Ryan Taylor and beat him, well, then he can have the rematch with Slim. But yeah, so that fight obviously ended within 40 seconds. Fair play to Temper. And it was definitely a shock. It's definitely a shock. I just made it in for the knockout too. But hey, fair fight. You know, fair enough. Next up, we had King Kenny versus DK Money. DK Money only ever fought once before, which was against Ryan Taylor, and he got headbutted. King Kenny obviously fought 2 times. FaZe Temper, FaZe Sensei, won both of them. Both controversial decisions. I've said it before, I like Kenny, but he didn't win the Temper fight, and he didn't win the Sensei fight, in my personal opinion. But I did want to see him finally just put his foot down and put a fucking mark on the YouTube box and saying I wanted to see him actually win a fight convincingly. So there's no, like, controversy. There's no, oh, he didn't win that. It's literally like, no, I knocked him out. There's no excuse now. And that's exactly what he did. He knocked out DK Money. He got a nice right down the fucking pipe and literally caught him right on the chin. DK Money went down and did not get up. And King Kenny got the first victory that literally isn't controversial. And literally King Kenny can just stand there and say there's no excuses. I knocked him out. You can't say anything anymore. And that is that. And King Kenny finally got a win that put a stamp on and said, hey, I want to fight other people. And he called out Jay Swingler. And you know what? Jay Swingler versus King Kenny, that's a fight I want to fucking see. Maybe in January, who knows. But he finished DK Money, I believe, in the first round. And yeah, he wants that Jay Swingler fight. And I say, let's have it. That's what I say. Next, we have the big heavyweights, Hasim Rockman Jr. versus Greg Hardy. Literally 100-pound difference. Greg Hardy is literally like fucking 94 pounds more or some shit like that. Literally almost 100 pounds difference. It was insane. I wanted Rockman Jr. to win this fight, but I knew it was going to be a big test because weight plays a massive, massive part in a boxing fight. Greg Hardy, see, for being over 300 pounds, that man can move like a fucking feather. That man's fast as shit for his weight. And it literally, first round, Rockman came out, was winning the fight, literally moving his head, doing feints, outboxing him, and it was all good. First round goes to Rockman. Second round, he literally stopped, and Greg Hardy caught him because he was standing still. From the second round to literally the end, it was Greg Hardy's fight. He literally just kept rocking Rockman. He dropped him. Pretty sure he dropped him 2 or 3 times. He literally just kept fucking rocking him. And you know what? When someone who's 100 pounds more than you hits you, you're going to feel it because there's so much more weight that's behind that punch, and that's going to add power. Fair play to Rockman for getting up. He should have continued to feint. He should have continued to move his head. He should have continued to stay on his bike and constantly just outbox and not go toe-to-toe. But he decided to stand there, try to go toe-to-toe with him, try to outland him with the power shots, and it didn't work for him, and you can't do that with someone who's 100 pounds heavier. So that was Rockman Jr.'s mistake. That is the reason, in my opinion, amongst many, that he lost that fight. There's some things that were out of his control, like how good Hardy was. Hardy literally outboxed the boxer. Fair play to him. Rockman Jr.'s biggest mistake was literally just staying still and going against the ropes and going, right, I'm just going to try and land a 1-2 and catch him. You can't do that. He's so much bigger. You had to just be like, I'm going to outbox him, I'm going to land my shots. If I see an opportunity for a powerful shot, I'll take it. If he doesn't go down, cool. I'm going to stay on my bike. I'm going to continue landing on him. And if I can't knock him out, I'm going to win on this. A win by decision by going the distance. And that is it. But Rockman Jr. did not do that. And Greg Hardy literally knocked him down a couple times, completely outboxed him, and almost seriously hurt Rockman Jr. Almost seriously hurt him. But that was such an entertaining fight. Like I said, when you get two heavyweights in the ring, in a small ass ring, it's going to be fireworks, because one punch can change everything, and one punch from them can literally decimate a person. So, but yeah, Greg Hardy wins by decision, and one hell of a fight. Next up was the co-main event, Josh Bruckner versus Chase Demore. I thought that this was going to be a very technical fight. Josh Bruckner came out very technical. Chase literally just came out swinging, literally throwing like this. There was at one point that Josh faked a punch, and Chase literally looked like he was ready to flop to the floor and pretend he got knocked out. It looked like he got knocked out without being touched. I'll literally have it on the screen right now. It looks like he got knocked out without literally being touched at all. And it was literally just that type of fight. Josh Bruckner was literally just completely outboxing him. He got caught a few times because Chase was just swinging, running at him, literally doing the Nate Robinson. That's what Chase was doing. But Josh Bruckner, obviously being the smaller guy, had to stay composed, had to outbox him, had to land those shots. And he continued to. And then it ended by Chase retiring on the stool. Chase decided, you know what? I don't want any more of this. I don't want no more smoke. I don't want to catch those hands no more. I'm staying here. And he stayed on the stool and retired on the stool. And you know what? Fair enough. You know, you like to see fighters going out on their shield, which is they come in, they fight, and if they get knocked out, they get knocked out. But do you know what? If Chase was badly hurt and he didn't want to go anymore, if he wanted to retire on a stool, he picked his health over anything else. He picked his health over entertainment. You know, you can't. I'm not going to hate on it. You know, like he retired on the stool, but he chose his health over his the entertainment, and I'm not going to hit on it. But Josh Bruckner literally won that fight convincingly. Chase had some success just swinging, but whenever it came to the actual fighting, Josh Bruckner was a better fighter. And then he's talking about fighting JMX. I know he wanted Logan Paul, but Logan Paul's injured at the minute. But JMX versus Josh Bruckner, be a decent fight. Or Josh Bruckner versus Temper. I wouldn't mind saying that. Wouldn't mind saying that. But yeah, no, he won by literally Chase retiring on the stool. So next up, just before the main event, and I'm going to be doing another video on this, KSI announced who he will be fighting in January, and we all found out it will be Dylan Dennis. That is all I'm saying about that so far, because I'm literally going to release a separate video talking about that and like the background of it and shit. But I literally just wanted to mention on this video, but I will be doing a video. It will probably come up at the same time as this, if not the same time, the day after, about them two fighting. But on to the main event. Dean the Great versus Wallet Sharks. Literally, everybody was picking this to be fight of the night. And the same with me. Because, you know, you get the big heavyweights. And it's insane. I love watching, like, heavyweights fight. Because one punch can change everything, you know. They're fucking massive. Putting them in a small ring, it's going to be fireworks. They're gonna go for it. But also, see when you get small guys who are fast as fuck. Who have the cardio. Who really go for it. Like these two, you are getting fight of the night, and that's exactly what we got. Alright, Dean the Great obviously won by knockout. He caught Wallet Sharks, but obviously watching the full fight, you kind of feel bad for Sharks. I was cheering for Dean. I wanted Dean to win, but you kind of feel bad for Sharks a little bit. Sharks was outboxing Dean the Great in round one. He dropped him. He knocked him down. It did not count as a knockdown, but he caught him, and Dean the Great's gloves touched the ground. That should be counted as a knockdown. The ref counted it as a slip. But I like Dean the Great. I was on Dean the Great's side. I wanted him to win. But I'm a fair, unbiased person. Should have been called a knockdown. So he knocked him down in round one. Round two, he knocked Dean the Great down twice. Twice he knocked Dean the Great down. He was literally just outboxing, outlanding. He was faster. He was literally just the better fighter round one, round two. Round three, literally, Sharks was the better boxer yet again. And he was outlanding. And I don't think he knocked him down round three, but he rocked him. Then Sharks made the biggest mistake of the fight. He was winning comfortably. He already knocked him down 3 times, but 2 times, you know, he technically knocked him down 3 times, but knocked him down 2 times compared to the referee. He was winning comfortably. He was landing those shots. He was outboxing him. His speed was faster, but he made the mistake that a lot of fighters make when they get confident. He stayed in the pocket for too long. He rocked Dean the Great, and he decided, I'm going to stay right here, and I'm going to continue to throw these. And that's when Dean the Great came over with a nice overhand right and caught Sharks and dropped them. Obviously, Sharks literally fell back in slow-mo, got up, turned his back to the ref called it off. Now, it's a controversial decision. You know, you can view it either way. The way I view it is, if he had given him a 10 count or said to him, walk towards me, walk there, I think he could have continued. So you could consider it an early stoppage. But at the same time, you know, you're not supposed to turn your back to the referee. And he did that. Him being only 18 years old, maybe he didn't know that. That was his mistake. I do believe, yes, you feel bad for him because it's like, it was a bit of an early stoppage a little bit because I think he could have went on. But I also understand the stoppage because the referee saw this guy fell back in slow-mo, got up and turned his back to me and had to lean on the ropes. You know, whether you like the stoppage or not, the referee has to choose the fighter's health. And I've said this before. These are not professional fighters. These are YouTubers. These are TikTokers. These are influencers. They're not trained professional fighters for years. So referees have to protect the fighter that is injured. And when it's YouTubers or influencers or anything like that, they have to go the extra mile and protect them even more because they're not on the same level as these fighters. So him stopping the fight, bit of a disappointment, but I completely understand. But yes, it was insane. The fact Sharks was winning, he knocked him down 3 times, was literally winning every round. And then Dean the Great proved one punch can change everything. Because I'm going to be honest, like I said, I wanted Dean to win. I'm happy Dean won. But Sharks was the better fighter. Sharks was outboxing him. He was the better fighter. Dean just landed that one punch that made it count. And you know what? That's boxing, baby. That is boxing, baby. One punch can change it all. You may be winning. You could be fighting someone for 10 rounds. You could be winning 9 rounds halfway through the 10th. But if they catch you with one hand and you don't get up, then they win. Plain and simple. That's the beauty of boxing. Anything can happen at any second. Any punch can change the whole game. But hey, the whole DAZN X Misfits free was literally amazing. I literally didn't think that I was that interested in it. Then I watched it and I was fucking blown away. I'm very happy. We got 30-second KOs, fucking round 1 KOs, some nice boxing, some nice knockdowns, and it was insane. So it was amazing. And then obviously we got KSI's announcement, but I'm going to do a separate video on that, like I said. But hey, let me know in the comments below. This video is probably a bit longer than I want it to be, but let me know in the comments down below what your opinions are. What did you think was fight of the night? What fight did you watch and had you on the edge of your seat? If not all of them, but what fight did you think was fight of the night? What did you think was knockout of the night? Let me know in the comments below. As always, hope you all enjoyed the event. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Think positive, test negative. Have an amazing day. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. So, peace.